Hello and welcome to the Adventures of Cletus. I haven't made a video in a while. I've been very busy with lots of things in the yard and getting a barn and a hoist, and things are really coming along. I'm in the garage doing this video, but what we're going to do today is we're going to upgrade headlights, not on Cletus. Cletus already had the upgrade, but on Cletus's older brother, my 77 F250. I'll show you what I got. The Rampage headlight conversion kit goes from seal beams to replaceable halogen bulbs, glass, lens. I did it on Cletus 2 years ago, and what a difference. I don't care how good a seal beam that you got. These things are twice as bright, and it's a nice advantage to be able to see at night when you're driving. I don't drive at night a whole lot, but when I do, it's nice to see, especially when you live out in the country like I do. But these ones, these round ones, didn't quite pop right in like they did on Cletus, which has the rectangle headlights. So I had to do a little bit of modifying to the headlight buckets, and we'll show you what we got. Okay, so what we have here are the upgraded lights. Very nice lights. I have a set of these on Cletus. The problem is the back of the light doesn't fit through the hole in the bucket. So I had to open that up a bit. So I hemmed and hawed on it for a while about if I wanted to just return them and try another light or modify the bucket. I went with modify the bucket because it seemed pretty easy. So if you're going to do this, particularly on a Ford truck with round headlights, I don't know about any of the other Ford round headlight buckets, but they're probably pretty much the same dimensionally here. You're going to need to have to do this modification. If you're not driving a lot at night, or if it's a show car, I wouldn't even bother. I'd just run the seal beams. But I'll show you what I had to do, and then we'll go through making that modification. Okay, so here is the modified one in the bucket, and you can see that it comes out the back of the bucket like it's supposed to. Also, another thing, after I opened that up, I noticed this mounting ring was way up here, and it should be down here and cinched down a little bit on the light to hold it tight. I didn't want to put a spacer in there, but what I did, I used my 2-inch flapper disc, and I opened up those reliefs for those depressions there, and as you can see, they got these other divots or projections or whatever you want to call them on either side of that. So once I opened these up, I had to notch these out a little bit to get that fit down into that bucket. I'll show you what it looks like on an unmodified one. I haven't done this one. I already did the one, but I'm going to share doing it with you on number 2. So as you can see, the back of that light doesn't fit through the hole, and you see the amount of space right there. Probably a good 3/4 of an inch. Add on the rubber boot, and what you have is you need a hole. You need to open up that hole to 2 3/4 of an inch. I am fortunate enough to have a CNC plasma table, and I do a lot of custom sign work and parts fabrication. And this morning I measured the diameter of this, added a little bit to it. I came up with 2.75 inches that I needed to open up the back. You can see the difference. So I drew a 2.75 inch circle on my CAD CAM program and made a cut profile, and then I centered my plasma cutter tip on that hole and opened that up, and it was really close to perfect. Little bit offset, just a tiny bit, but it'll still work. So I'm gonna set this up and I'll show you cutting that out, and then I'll show you putting the divots in. Okay, I have the headlight bucket on the table. I have it centered. I did put masking tape across the inside of it, found centered my cutter tip on it, and then ran it around without the cutter on and adjusted it until I was pretty sure it's center. It's really close. Probably not perfect, but it'll probably do. Hopefully it'll do. So I'm all set up, I'm all centered up. I'm going to turn the cutter on, and we're gonna cut this thing for real. All right, here we go. You don't need a CNC plasma cutter to do this. I had it, it made it easier. You could actually put a piece of wood, attach a piece of wood behind it, find center, and use a hole saw to do it. I have this, and it made it a whole lot easier and neater. So, let me get this off the table. We'll switch around to the bench, and we'll see what we come up with. Okay, here's the one we just cut out. Here's the other one. I showed you the comparison of the two earlier. So let's see how we did. So, as I told you before, these projections on the light itself go into the bucket. Make sure you get the light the correct way. Let's see. Nope. That's the top. As you can see, they don't want to go in there, and once I clearance those enough to where they do want to go in there, you see those, oh, that was off. Huh. There we go. That's it. Apparently they have to clock them the right way. So, what we have here you can see what I was talking about, how the ring that holds the headlight down. Oh, that's actually better than the other one. So I just have to clearance it a little bit. The other one I had to do it quite a bit because I had more of a gap than that on all the tabs. Although my light's sitting pretty square in there. But I'll clearance that out and we'll take a look at the result. First, I'll do these sections here. And just gotta take them out with a flapper disc a little bit. This one doesn't appear to need as much fitting as the other one did, which I like. Less work's always good. You may wonder why I'm going through all this for better headlights. Well, because for what I use the truck for and the occasional times that I drive at night, it's worth it. Otherwise, I just put steel beams in it and call it a day. But like I said, I have these lights on Cletus and I like them a lot. Okay, let's see what we come up with now. Alright, that's the top. Yeah, I like how they make these only fit one way. It's not like it's a flywheel where you need to clock it so it's balanced. It's a ring that holds the headlight in. Whoop, we're not clocked right on the light. Okay. That's actually not right. That's the top. There we go. That's it. No, that's not it. That's it. Right there. Wow. You know what? That's not quite close enough. So we're going to have to relieve that a little bit. And we'll come back. I'll show you when we're all done. Okay, we're moving the party into the new shop. This is the new shop. It's dirty. I didn't expect y'all to come over today. But this is it. This is a big reason why I've been so busy and not doing a video. Here's the old grill and grill shell off of the truck we're working on right now. Someone converted it to rectangle. I prefer the round. That truck's supposed to have the round. Not that I don't like the rectangle ones, I just like them to have what they're supposed to have. I had a parts truck with that front end that's on it now. And that bumper is a lot nicer than what's on Cletus, so Cletus is going to get a nicer bumper. Excuse the mess. Like I said, I didn't know y'all was coming by today. Been going buck wild in here because I've got a good place to work finally. Here is the boat tank that I used to run the truck on that we're working on right now. What I did the other day, replaced the gas tank because it's got rust in it. It had gas in it and it sat over 20 years in a barn. So basically, last year I bought a new tank for it and just now got around to changing it. This right here is the game changer. That lift. This is what's been keeping me so busy. Mr. Hankey got a full exhaust. I also did the water pump and timing cover gaskets on Mr. Hankey because the guy I bought the truck from, he liked the RTV just a bit much. I think he used a tube on each side of each gasket. Just not right, but. So, like I said, forgive the mess. I've been busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. I can say that because I only have one leg. But, yep, this is the shop. We're going to move the party into here. And I have to charge the battery a little bit. So, be back in a little while, but it'll only be a second for you guys. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, we changed locations. So I'll show you the finished result, and then I'll take it apart and show you what I had to do. So here we go. Fit into the bucket. Got the retaining ring on. Both of them. I opted to take these little drains down flush so that'll push in from the front side without a problem. It's not a big deal, and it's not a truck that I'm driving in the pouring rain or in the winter or anything like that, so any little bit of moisture that I might get in, it's not going to have a problem coming out. So this is the one we were working on. Oops. Yeah, well, last weekend I was up at the Clio Antique Tractor and Engine Show and Flea Market, and my uncle was saying, when am I going to get another Ventures at Cletus video? I'm like, well, I've been so busy. But today is the day. You will get that today. So there's your headlight. This is an aluminum housing, anodized, and a glass lens. Was pretty impressed with the quality of that light, which is why I went with it again. Okay, so what we had to do, recap, we had to plasma cut this out. I didn't get as centered as I did on the other one, so I had to Dremel a little bit off one of these edges just to clearance for that rubber boot. I didn't have to relieve these as much as the other one, but what I got right there is perfect. I'm gonna clean them up and I'm gonna put some paint on. But right now we're test fitting, since I just changed the front end of that truck, and I have to get new hardware because I didn't have enough of the hardware for it. So as it's going together like this with the bare metal, don't worry, it's gonna get cleaned up. It's gonna get some sort of rust protection on it, rust converter paint, something on it. I'm probably not gonna sandblast it and powder coat it, but they are gonna get cleaned up and something on them. So now that we have the fitting done in the buckets, then we can move on to putting the buckets back into the front of the truck and getting the lights in there and seeing what the final product is. Also, move the truck in. Even though I don't have all the hardware in this grill shell yet, I didn't want to pull it just to pull the whole assemblies out. So the two adjusting screws and the spring is all you need to remove to get the buckets out. Don't worry about this. This is all going to get done. This is the wiring harness for the turn signal. And the other one for the 78 and 79 front end is hanging below. So that's something I gotta do, which I'll do today. Again, on the side, we got work to do. Let's just put it that way. There's work to do. We're test fitting the whole front end in there, and I'll show you the result. It's not going to be the finished product today or on this video, but it will get finished, and it will get finished correctly. So I'm going to get back to work on these. Yeah, while we were recharging, we kind of, cleaned up the table a bit. Made a nice work area and a backdrop for the video. So I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to get these buckets back in, and we get the headlights in, and we're going to take a look at it from there. And there you have it. One installed. Can't get the other one yet because the plastic insert for the headlight adjuster broke, and the screw head on the adjuster stripped out. So I'm just going to order new hardware for both sides. I got to take them apart anyways so I can paint them. But I got the one together for now. The other one I might get it put back together until I have to take it apart again. But there you have it. I'll turn the lights on for you. Let's see how it looks. And there you have it. Wasn't the pull the seal beams out, plug in the new ones, and pop them in like they were on the rectangle lights on Cletus, but took a little bit of work and a little bit of massaging, but I think they're worth it. I like them. I like these lights. Truck here is it's a 77.5 F250 Ranger XLT, and I know people out there are going to say, but that grill is a 73 to 75. Yes, I know, because that grill shell and that grill came off my 74 F250 parts truck. I'm going to get a 76, 77 grill or grills for this, but for right now, I'm just going to use what I have. So, good day. I got a lot done that I wanted to accomplish. Takes a little bit longer when you got to make a video on it, but no big deal. It's been a while since I did a video, and thank you again for watching, and have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Adventures of Cletus. Well, I just couldn't leave the video with you seeing only one side of it done, so I got the other side back together. I went to take one of that adjuster out of the rectangular headlight buckets and the insert, but they changed the sizes between 77 and 78. The actual screw is smaller in diameter, and the insert that it screws into is bigger. So I just put the original one back in. The insert was broken, so I just threaded it, stuck it in the back, threaded it in. I got it together, but I'm going to order new adjusters, new inserts, just, new hardware for it, just so it's right. I have to take it apart anyways because I have to paint those buckets. So I just wanted to bring you back for a minute and let you see both those lights working. Thanks again for watching The Adventures of Cletus, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.